What if you could sell out a high-ticket offer like months in advance and do it without a single stressful sales call? Well, today we're going to dig into a really fascinating case study that shows exactly how to do just that.
But first, let me ask you something. Does your marketing, maybe your whole sales process, does it ever just feel, well, like this? A frantic, chaotic, last-minute push to get it all done?
I think we've all been there, right? That scramble at the end of the month to hit the numbers, sending out those urgent, high-pressure emails, getting stuck on endless, exhausting sales calls. It's that constant feeling that you're just pushing so hard to make anything happen. Honestly, it's a recipe for burnout, and it's just not sustainable.
Well, what if I told you there's a different way? A method that actually replaces all that chaos with coherence. A much, much calmer way to grow your business.
So let's dive into the core idea for this explainer, the last-minute marketing panic. We're going to contrast two fundamentally different approaches to growth, and I think you're going to be pretty surprised by what we find.
This slide right here really gets to the heart of it. On one side, you've got the push method. It's all about persuasion, pressure, chasing people down. It gets complicated fast. But on the other side, you have the align method. And this is all about clarity, giving people space, reassurance, and coherence. It's a huge shift in thinking, and it's really the key to a more sustainable and, frankly, successful business.
Okay, so how does this whole align method actually work in the real world? Let's find out. This is a story of calm success, a case study that really just defies all the typical marketing rules you've been taught. The one number you need to remember from this story is 90. That's how many days before this event even began that every single spot was sold. Not one or two, all of them. It's an absolutely incredible achievement, and it's a huge testament to the power of this align method.
So let's just break down the numbers here. We're talking about a 5-day retreat in Australia. 14 spots sold at $1,500 Australian dollars each. Now, being fully booked a full 3 months in advance with no last-minute panic, no discounts, that's almost unheard of. It's truly a remarkable achievement.
So, how'd they do it? What's the secret ingredient here? Well, it's actually really simple, but it's not easy. The secret ingredient was time. It's all about respecting your customer's decision-making process, and it turns out that's the ultimate strategy for calm, sustainable growth.
Now, take a look at this timeline. Marketing didn't start a few weeks before the retreat, no. It started 150 days out, and the focus wasn't on selling. It was all about creating an emotional connection. Then came this long nurturing phase, just answering questions and building trust. And by the time they hit that 90-day mark, the bookings just naturally accelerated and boom, sold out. The result? A completely stress-free event.
This is such an important point. Why give people so much time? Because we're not selling to robots, right? We're selling to human beings. And humans have to process a lot of things. They're juggling work schedules, family commitments, finances, travel logistics, and they have to be emotionally ready for a big decision. It requires space, and our job as marketers is to give them that space.
All right, so we get the philosophy. Now, let's get tactical. In this next section, on aligned strategy and action, we are going to deconstruct the simple, coherent marketing funnel that powered this incredible success. And the funnel itself, it was a thing of beauty in its simplicity. Step 1, a reflective ad that spoke to an emotional shift, not a list of features. Step 2, a clear, simple landing page, no pressure. You could book or just join the email list. And Step 3, a series of reassuring emails that just answered questions and provided clarity, no chasing. Simple, clear, and respectful. That is the power of the align method.
I love this quote. Funnels don't create clarity, they distribute it. It's such a simple idea, but it's really profound. It means if your core message is already crystal clear, your marketing doesn't need to be complex. It just needs to deliver that clarity effectively.
And what was the biggest result of all this clarity and trust? Sales calls vanished. That's right, they just disappeared. So this next section is all about how a system built on trust made those high-pressure, awkward conversations completely unnecessary.
So how'd they do it? How did they build so much trust that sales calls became obsolete? It wasn't magic. It was a simple but really powerful formula. First, they gave people time and space to decide. Second, they had 6 years of Google reviews and real stories to back them up. Third, their messaging was super clear about the emotional shift, not just the activities. And finally, they spoke directly to what the customer was feeling inside. These are the 4 pillars of trust.
Now I know what you might be thinking. That's great for them, but I don't have 6 years of testimonials. And you know what? That's a totally fair point. But here's the good news, you don't need 6 years of testimonials to apply these principles. So in this next section, we're going to break down a formula for growth, and I'll show you how you can apply these ideas right now, no matter where you're starting from.
If you take one thing away from our entire explainer today, let it be this. Aligned growth is simply alignment plus articulation. That's the formula. When your message, your structure, and your timing all work together in perfect harmony, growth feels calm, not chaotic. That's the dream, right? And it is totally within your reach.
So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to mull over. Just take a look at your own business, your own projects. What's one small point of friction, one little hassle that you can remove for your customers today to make their decision just a tiny bit easier and a whole lot calmer? Thanks for tuning in.